Preet and I make book related videos on this channel, and if you like books, make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on so that you get notifications whenever I post a new video. In today's video, I'm going to tell you about my top books of 2017 so far. So when I made the script of this video, I had read 37 books by then, and I picked up all the books which I absolutely loved from that pile of 37 books, and I'm going to show you which are those books, and I obviously recommend those books to you guys, obviously depending on whether it's your taste or not. So let's get started with this video. Number one book that I absolutely love is The Rise of Sivgami by Anand Neelakantan. Now, I did a full review of this book as well, and I told you that there is not like I love everything about this book, but this is a great historical fiction, Indian historical fiction, and because of that fact, it is like I absolutely adored this book. I liked the length of this book. I liked how there were so many subplots. I liked how the writing was. Obviously, it's Anand Neelakantan. I love his writing, and I love everything about this book. Although I did feel like this book could have been better in terms of plot and in terms of plot lines and subplots, I mean, but very nice book. Very nice book. I'm like waiting for the part 2 to come out. Second book that I absolutely love is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Now, we have done a book discussion of this book because it was part of our YouTube book club, and I'll link that video down below. If I have reviewed or done a book discussion of any of these books, I'll link it down below, so do check the description. So this is like one of the bestseller novels, and it's a psychological thriller, I would say, and it's amazing. It's amazing. The characters are so you can learn a lot from them, and I felt like this book was one of the best crime thrillers I have ever read, and I feel like by now I have read quite a lot of crime thrillers, but this is amazing. This is amazing. If you haven't read it, do read it, and if you are like judging this book on the basis of movie, no, please don't do this injustice to this book. Number 3 in my top books of 2017 list is actually two books, that is third and fourth book in the Percy Jackson series. Now, this is The Titan's Curse and The Battle of Labyrinth. Both of these books are so amazing. I wanted to do a full book talk of these books because I just loved them so much, but I couldn't do that because it's like I just move on from the book and then I cannot do it. But if you haven't started reading Percy Jackson series, or if you're judging Percy Jackson series on the basis of the book, don't do it and read the books. I totally loved the world and all those monsters that come up, and I loved everything about these two books, and you should read them. Next book that I absolutely loved in this year is Baz by Anuja Chauhan. Now, this was one of those books, one of those rare books for me, which I just read in one sitting. I absolutely loved the story. I absolutely loved the Indian vibe you get from Anuja Chauhan's writing. I absolutely love the story, and I cannot even say absolutely correctly because I just love this book so much. I have reviewed this and I have told about what I loved so much about this book. Like, I could not think anything which was not good about this book, and I feel like this kind of book needs to be in the top, and such books deserve much more attention than a lot of books which do get a lot of attention. But yes, this is absolutely a book that you should read if you are an Indian, and if you are not an Indian and you want to see like what kind of Indian characters are really like, pick this up. And do check out my review because I don't think I'm going into the plot of any of these books. I'm just telling you I just love them a lot. When you talk about your favorite books, you just cannot tell why this book is your favorite in one line. So a full review can be the only thing that can tell you about it. So that's why I'm asking you to check out the reviews. The next favorite of mine is Palace of Illusions by Chitra Banerjee. Now, this is a retelling of Mahabharata from Draupadi's perspective, and for the longest time I didn't read this book. I was like, okay, this is supposed to be one must read from India, but I'll read it later. But when I read it, I knew that I was missing something too much. Like, this book is like absolutely amazing for all of those people who are like, I have had enough of Mahabharata, You should read this book because it introduces you to new perspectives. It gives you a very fresh vibe, and it is just like an eye-opener when it comes to your perspective or your views about the story of Mahabharata. I absolutely loved it. I loved the writing. I loved how I felt. I loved the aftermath of reading this book. I loved everything about this. You should definitely pick it up. We did do a discussion of this book as well, but I don't feel like that discussion does justice to this book because it's just beyond amazing. You should read it and you will know why. Incidentally, all these books were lying in this section, like most of them. I don't know why. The next book that I absolutely loved comes from there. I'll let you know what it is. It's Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. Now, when I started reading the Mortal Instruments series, I was like, this is never going on in my favorite list. Like, I know YouTubers are crazy about it, but I am never going to include Cassandra Clare in my favorites because I was not that impressed with the Mortal Instruments series. Then I read the Infernal Devices book 1, which is this, and I am in love. I am in love with Tessa. I absolutely love the entire vibe of the story, entire vibe of the world it is set in. I absolutely love the writing. I absolutely love the characters. Everything about it. Like, when I say love, that doesn't mean I loved all the bad characters as well. But obviously, I just love whatever is in this book. Another favorite of mine is Sita Warrior of Mithila by Amish Tripathi. Now, I have been telling that I'll review this book since a long time, and the reason why I can't review this book is that I have just realized that the books you really love a lot, it gets really tough to do justice to them in your reviews. Like, if it's a bad book, I am so like at ease to make a review, but if it's a good book, as good as this one or as good as the ones which I included in this review video, I mean, it's very tough to do a review that does justice to it, that explains how good a book is. Like, I find it very tough to do that personally. But yes, this is an absolutely amazing book for all of you who read Scion of Ikshvaku and you're like, I don't want to continue with the series. I know it was slow and more peachy kind of thing, but when you read this one, you'll be dying for the next book. You'll be like, give it to me right now. It's so good. So you should absolutely pick it up. It's a retelling of Ramayana, but as I always say, don't read Amish Tripathi books like they are retelling of Ramayana or the Shiv story. Read them like standalone stories which are like, okay, oh, this is a part of a series, so not a standalone, but read them like individual stories and you'll be able to enjoy his books like in an amazing manner. And my books fell down. Yes, you heard that, right? Second one fell down. There's a ghost inside my bookshelf. And the seventh book in my top 7 books of 2017 so far is Corsana by Charles Wellington. Now, this is set in sort of a world where goblins and everyone exists, and I have reviewed this book. I fell in love with this book because of the fact that, it's a new book which is filled with adventure and that kind of fantasy, like epic fantasy, but it still has a very fresh vibe. Like, for those of you who are like, okay, I have heard a lot about all the epic fantasies and I still want something new. I don't want Lord of the Rings. I don't want a Game of Thrones. I want something new, or even Narnia or something. Like, all those stories, you're like, I want something new. Then you get this one because I absolutely loved it. Second part, I don't know when it is coming, but this one was absolutely amazing. For a person who loves a lot of action, this book is going to be a great one. Yes. These are my top 7 books of 2017 so far. I hope you kind of like found this video helpful because this was more about me telling you that you must absolutely read these books and not like, why these books are so good, because I do that in my reviews. I try to at least. But yes, these books are like amazing, so you should be reading them. And do let me know what are your favorite books of 2017 so far. It would be amazing if you can comment right now about your favorite books. You can pick up like 2, 3 or 7 if you have read that many. Or more than that if you have read more than that. But yes, this is what I think about these books. And this is what I feel like you should read for sure. That's it for today's video. I am waiting for your comments, and if you like this video and if you think like any of the books included in this video deserve more attention, like yes, everybody needs to know that they're amazing books, then share this video. I am blackmailing you. You must share my videos, okay? If you have watched it till now, share it. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is Manvi signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon. I know a lot of you would have already commented this, that you are talking about top 7 books of 2017 and you actually have like 9 books. And even when you mentioned one is like 2 or 1, you still are wrong with your counting. I know that, but I just wanted to keep the title top 7 books of 2017. Okay, so I am not turning off my camera because I'll let you know what happens when you take books out from your bookshelf. It took me like an hour to set it up because my dad had a habit of messing up my bookshelf. Now I messed it up myself, so I have to set it up myself. I kind of wanted to do a video about me setting up my bookshelf, but I could not just learn the camera settings properly, so I didn't do that. So I thought, why not do this in the bloopers, right? This is not exactly bloopers, is it? This is just me talking because I'm alone at my home, and I have to talk. Where was this one? Now you get to see my bookshelf. Ignore the bottom part because it's not set yet.